I think the wind's probably going to be the biggest factor for both that and golf.
Almost 100 golf balls. I don't really go out and golf much when it's cloudy, just because I don't like it. I don't like the cold, I don't like the wind. Bad weather is a no-go for me, so I can relate golf to flying just like that.
I've seen her flying and I've seen her golfing, and it's pretty close.
Dude, you can ask Matt, man. This is how I golf. You can get that extra power by, flexing.
You don't need to explain yourself, just hit the ball. Hey guys, it's Matthew from Sling Pilot Academy. Welcome to our third episode of our Time Between Takeoff series, where we highlight what our students have time to do outside of their full-time training course. This week, we tagged along with 6 of our students for a game of golf, and then sat them down for a quick interview where they talk about their daily life here at Sling, a little bit of the community, and then for fun, we have them compare some aspects of golf and flying. Stay tuned to hear about it.
Interference! Yeah! We'll start from there.
All right, my name's Tatiana Martini, and I'm working on my instrument right now.
Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm working on my instrument rating.
Hi, my name is Justin Yaskowitz, and I'm finishing up my private.
Hi, my name is Sullivan Kulikowski, and I'm working on commercial, and then I'm on a little bit of a side quest right now. I'm working on tail dragger.
Hi, my name is Kavika McKinley, and I'm waiting for my instrument check ride.
Hi, I'm Cole Walker. I'm working on a commercial and CFI.
Yeah, we get a good amount of free time outside of just going to fly. I like to go to car meets, I like to go golfing with friends, hang out with my aunt and my other family members. So we get a good amount of free time.
I think there is the opportunity for a lot more free time being in a pilot program at Sling. As long as you are staying on top of your studies, if you're in the class schedule for your block, continue to go to that. But once that's over, you do get a lot more time, and it's yours to do with what you will. If you need to dedicate more time to study, by all means. But if you have that done and you have the free time like I happen to do now, it opens up the opportunities to go explore an area if you haven't lived here before moving for Sling, going to disc golf courses, going climbing, going surfing, swimming, hiking, golfing, pretty much anything you want to do. They do call it America's Playground for a reason.
I feel pretty good about my free time. It's definitely a lot more than when I was a full-time student at a college. Didn't really have any free time then, but like with Sling, dude, I got a decent amount of free time. I can fit in a lot of activities, do a lot of golfing, do some sailing, go to the movies a lot. Yeah, like every movie that comes out, I see about 3 or 4 times in the theater. Hang out a lot with some friends. Weekends, yeah, it's pretty nice, and I actually get a decent amount of time to actually fit in some work. So a lot of working. Yeah, I play some video games. Fly some drones. Just the usual.
I think wind is a really big factor. Like wind's aloft, it can really carry your golf ball or really affect the course heading you fly when you're in the air.
One thing that connects with golf is density altitude. Like when you get higher in elevation, there's less air molecules, so the ball will go further.
Oh
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say for this one. I'm really new to golf, so I'm just out here having a good time.
Well, obviously, if the rain is like one thing, but then I would say the wind's probably the biggest, because if you hit it and you don't think about where the wind's coming from, you're going to be way off the course, and it's going to be the same thing with flying. If you're practicing like holds for instrument and you're not correcting for the wind, you're going to be so off on your timing and where you're going. So I think the wind's probably going to be the biggest factor for both that and golf. Oh no, come back. It's just rolling.
On the golf course, make sure that you have long sleeves and long pants if it's going to get cold. An umbrella or a rain jacket if it's going to get wet. Same thing can apply in a sling. If I don't bring a sweater or a jacket on a long cross country, I could get cold halfway through. It might impact my ability to do everything in the cockpit as necessary. There have been some mornings where it was cold enough to where I kind of wished that I had gloves. I could have clicked things a little bit easier and maneuvered a little bit stronger. Yeah, in general, just having anything that comes to mind as a backup, as long as you're not, messing with your center of gravity, bring it, and you might need to use it.
I got like 13 water bottles in this bad boy here, and then I got like 4 water bottles. It doesn't help that I have like almost 100 golf balls. So I'm lugging around like 60 pounds right here, and it's not fun. Yeah, and I got 2 of each club too. So I'm having a good day today. Growing up in beautiful Southern California, I've been a bit spoiled with the weather. I don't really go out and golf much when it's cloudy, just because I don't like it. I don't like the cold. I don't like the wind. Same thing with like flying. Like if it's cloudy like today, you don't want to go flying because then you have a ceiling. I mean, I'm a VFR pilot working on my private, so winds. Not a big fan of that. I don't like having a crosswind when I'm coming in for landings, wigs me out. So if I see heavy winds, maybe I won't go out that day. Just like golf, if it's windy, I'm not gonna go, I don't want to hit the ball and it's going in the other fairway, hitting other golfers. It's happened before, it's not a fun experience. Bad weather's a no-go for me, so I can relate golf to flying just like that. Just like in flying, I also have weather minimums for golf. If I don't have 10 statute miles visibility in a clear day, I'm not out there golfing. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Stop talking.
This is an easy one. Definitely a better pilot. I'm very new to golf.
Definitely a better pilot, I would hope so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with pilot as well. I don't think Sully's giving herself enough credit though. I've seen her flying and I've seen her golfing and it's pretty close.
I mean, the same thing he was saying with weather, like checking weather and deciding if you want to go out or not, bringing like the right clothes and everything, and just making sure you're prepared for whatever weather and if you actually want to go or not. And then I guess safety-wise, making sure if you hit the ball into the other course, yell that you're might hit somebody. Yeah, that.
Okay, comms.
Yell for do your communication to ATC.
Hot mic.
Just making sure that you're preparing for the weather and for golfing, and making sure that you just set yourself up for success there, I guess. I don't know, like.
4!
This might be a bit of a stretch, but shot planning kind of resembles course planning. So whenever you're going up to the tee, it's kind of like your pre-flight. You're thinking about where you're going, what you're doing, what you're planning. Same thing in the plane. Make sure that you have your navigation set, make sure that you've gone through all of your checklists, make sure you know where you're gonna go, where you're trying to go, do everything to set yourself up so that you can go where you want to go. And then every single time you walk up to your ball, think about, all right, what tool am I gonna use to execute this move, to execute this shot, this maneuver, etc., whatever, See that thing go? It went woo.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add on to what Daniel said, because Daniel had a very good point about planning out your shots. Sometimes you're playing on the course and maybe the best move is not to hit straight. Maybe you wanna hook it right, go into the other fairway because less trees or less hazards in the way, Same thing with like flying. When you're doing your cross country, flight routes, you wanna, maybe you don't want to make the straight shot to your destination because there's mountains in the way and you don't want to go over the mountains, so you want to go around them, Maybe it's more open and more flat. Also, decision making when it comes to golf, sometimes you gotta think to yourself, maybe it's not a good idea to finish 3 or 4 drinks before the back 9 because it's gonna mess up your judgment when you're playing. And now you're gonna be hitting shots into other people and into hazards, just like flying. You don't wanna drink and fly. Use that decision making. And sorry, I think I'm stretching on that one.
I really like the end of that answer.
It's
8 hours.
8 hours, bottle to throttle.
Yeah.
And
0.04%.
I'm learning how to golf. These guys are teaching me, but I also love to surf.
I like going on hikes. I like going to the beach any sort of sport or competition thing, maybe even a board game you could include in that, I'm all about it.
Monopoly.
I'll beat you in Monopoly, I'll beat you in anything. I'm going with that.
Vika doesn't do fun things.
Yeah, we can skip this one.
Oh, damn.
No, you hang out with your dog.
Wow.
VK's got a cool dog.
He does.
What kind of dog do you have? Australian Shepherd.
I'm kind of the favorite for that dog. It's kind of weird.
No, you're
it's
not.
kind of rough with VK bringing it around and seeing it, you know, find a new owner.
So honestly, I don't golf that much, so but I do fly a lot. So my pre-flight, you're going to go over all of the weather for it, all your planning for the flight, where you want to go, what direction you're heading. If there's any outside factors, like maybe there's weather in one place or NOTAM or something that you need to watch out at one airport versus another. I honestly don't know that much about golf, but I know that the different size, there's different size clubs, and honestly Justin just picked one out for me each time and told me which one to use. My golf pre-flight was just asking Justin which one I'm supposed to use for the size, but I know like once I get it onto where the flag is and I want to hit in the hole, I have to take the tiny little golf club and everything. So it's choosing like what club you want to do, how hard you want to hit it. Yeah, like planning that out.
That's good crew resource management.
Mm-hmm.
Crew?
Crew
Good
resource?
crew resource
Yeah.
management, not Cree resource management.
I just asked Justin. He's my
Yeah,
co-pilot
use your
on the
crew.
golf course.
Take advantage of your crew.
I ask my co-pilot friends.
Defer.
Yeah, they help me out.
If I'm being called a co-pilot on the golf course, can I call my co-pilot my caddy in the plane? Would that work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think pre-anything planning is essential. I think pre-flighting is more important than pre-analyzing a shot because you're probably not going to get in a life-threatening position in golf from something you're doing, probably something someone else is doing if they don't yell for, and the ball comes really, really close to where you are. And I don't know who it was, but I know
I think it
It
was
happened.
Kavika.
could have been Kavika. But yeah, I think planning in general for anything is important. You want to catch any mistakes in your thought or other people's thought, if possible, before you do a thing. So that's going to apply to golf and aviation.
My pre-flight routine when it comes to golfing, you know, I look at the target, I look at the distance. I determine which route I want to take to get to my destination. I then gauge how far can I hit the ball with each club, grab the club, line up for the shot, a little bit of a wind test, make sure I get the wind direction in there, gauge the weather. And then, as pointed out by some other golfers when we were golfing, I have a little bounce that I do because I like to stretch out my hamstrings and my calves because I have very tight muscles, but I want to be comfortable for my shot. So in a way that's kind of like, you know, when you pre-flight the plane, you want to make sure it's in working order. I do the bounce to test that my legs are not injured and I'm in full working order before the... In regards to like pre-flighting the plane, when it comes to the success of either the flight or my golf shot, I think the pre-flight routine or the pre-shot routine is very important. You want to make sure everything's in working order and that you have all available information that you could possibly use for the success of your endeavor. When it comes to like a serious game of golf and I'm, you know, trying to beat my dad, which has never happened, but when I'm attempting, the pre-shot routine is just as important to me as my pre-flight routine. I take it very seriously. Dude, you can ask Matt, man. This
What?
is how I golf.
Hey, if you do this on the last hole of the day, I'll believe it.
Dude, that's exactly how he golfs. I've golfed with him about 15 times, and that's how he golfs every single time.
I don't know why I'm getting made fun. I thought this was normal. Is this
You know
normal?
what? You know what? I'm gonna stop talking.
He's like, I thought this was,
Is
I
this
thought
not
this was
normal?
regular.
I'm gonna let you swing, and I'm gonna stop talking.
I mean, like, you see the results, right? The results speak for
I
themselves.
do, I do, which is why I had to stop talking.
Get that extra power by, you know, flexing.
You don't need to explain yourself, just hit the ball. Is your little hamstring limbering session similar to testing the tension of a rudder wire?
In a way, yeah. I like to think of it more of like the run-up of the airplane, where, you know, you're pushing things to almost max power, but not quite, just to make sure it'll run smoothly. You know, you get the little bounce in my pre-shot routine. Get the little bounce, you get the little sway, and you make sure everything's a nice oiled machine ready to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I crack under pressure in golf, so I don't think I can answer this one. But in the plane, I promise I won't crack under pressure.
I think the plane feels less pressured because I've prepared a lot more. Golfing, I'm very new to. So maybe also a little bit less pressure in a different way because I don't know what I'm doing anyways.
Yeah.
But the plane I take a little bit more seriously.
Well, one thing for sure is that to be a pilot, you have to be qualified, and anyone can just pick up a golf club and swing, as you'll see in my swing, but you have to be like qualified to be a pilot.
You always have people like looking at you when you golf, so it's kind of like getting a check ride done as well. You always have someone watching you, but there's a lot of pressure in both, I'd say.
I think I spend a lot more time preparing for flying so that I don't feel under pressure. Golfing, I'm always winging it, so it's pretty different for me.
Sully is so focused. Nice. I didn't realize that's what he
Doing
was
donuts in
asking
the
when he
plane.
did that, and I was like, yes.
I think that I have a lot of good friends since the first week that I got here, so it makes my free time a lot more enjoyable because there's always someone that wants to hang out or go get food or go golfing or something like that. And other places, like moving around a lot, I didn't usually have an immediate clique of friends that I could go hang out with, and at Sling everybody was super friendly, so there's a lot more stuff to do with my free time and people to do it with, so I'm not just exploring by myself in California.
Yeah, so there's two groups of people at Sling, those who grew up in the area and are from here and those who've moved, and I think both groups are pretty open to making friends. It makes a pretty good environment. Everyone wants to get to know you, everyone wants to do things with you. So you bring the things that you know that you like to do to them, they bring the things that they like to do to you. You find new hobbies, you find new people to share your hobbies with. It's very conducive to that kind of atmosphere.
Oh, I actually think it's pretty cool because I'm getting tired of going home and talking to my family and being like, hey dude, this is what I did today when I was flying, and they're like, cool, that we don't get it. But it's I find someone at Sling and I'm like, hey dude, this is what I did today, and they're like, oh dude, that's so sweet, yeah man, right on, and high fives and fist bumps, and I'm like, yeah, it's cool, it's weird, being around aviation people is really cool compared to not aviation. No offense to non-aviation people. It's easier to relate, Dude, you're an aviation person.
On behalf of the non-aviators, I am taking offense on their behalf.
I like coming here and being able to talk about aviation stuff and someone understands what I'm talking about, not like I'm talking to a brick wall and they're just kind of nodding and going yeah, yeah, and I'm like, you don't understand, do you? No. And I'm like, okay, give me an hour and a half and I'll draw it out on a whiteboard for you. Kind of getting tired of that, so it's pretty sweet.
Our daily schedule is definitely studying, flying, and then we all go to the gym. So I'd say it's pretty similar. It's very flexible. We're able to go to the gym.
Well,
Huge gym bro. I think everyone usually has about 2 hours of class or studying every day and then 2 to 3 hours of flying. So it's about a 5-hour daily commitment, 4 to 5 days a week, and then pretty flexible timing that up too. So it's pretty nice, and they're helpful with scheduling. So if you have something coming up, it's usually not hard to work around.
just go and take a swing at it. Just go up, try it, take a discovery flight.
I would just say to try it and see if you like it. I don't think it's for everyone or has to be for everyone, but I think everyone who it is for, this is getting to be a little bit of a run-on sentence, but anyone that tries it and likes it usually sticks with it. So it's a pretty fun passion. I would say everyone should try it and see if they like it.
And cut.
Time to go get breakfast.
Sick.
We did it. Okay.
But I want to give my all, man. I want to give my all. Because my mother's friends are watching these.
My family puts it on the TV at home and have them all watch it. Uploading something.
Probably.
What did you
What
do?
did you say?
I didn't say anything.
You can't keep things from us, Justin. I just said how open
Wow.
we are.
You'll see it now.
I just said how open.
I kissed the camera.
Oh.
Good, thank you. Was it so hard?
Yes, it was hard.
I was intimidated by those hips.
Those dance moves.
Like that?
That's pretty good.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Elvis Presley out here.